Look, if I do it one time, they're gonna think it's luck. So I gotta hit them with the repeat. They didn't believe in us. God did. Tough times create tough people. Tough people create easy times. Easy times create weak people, and weak people create tough times. So let's talk about tough times, because tough times is an uncomfortable place to be. If you're financially uncomfortable right now, congratulations, you've come to the right place. If you're comfortable financially, but not comfortable with your current employer, salary, workload, or line of work, then you need to know that success will always exist as a result of tough times. This is why I say that success will always exist 2 steps outside of your comfort zone.
2-step, a 2-step, now go to 2-step, now go to 2-step, now go to 2-step.
What's up, friends? This is Ali, and I am absolutely convinced that today is the most amazing day of my life.
This is gonna be the best day of my life.
So look, I keep talking about the fact that success exists when you're 2 steps outside of your comfort zone. So let's get into talking about how exactly you can take these steps and what I actually mean by this. So in this video, we'll talk about the first and second step you need to take and how the third step will situate you square into a position for growth. Step 0 is basically draw back into safety. Step 1 is stepping forward into that aha moment. When I say aha moment, it's like that moment where you're like, aha, I figured something out. This is what I need to do, and this is what I need to press forward on and commit time to in order to capture an opportunity. The second step, it's a step forward into fear. And now you're faced with your evolutionary response system, which is that your brain and body need to make a decision to either fight or flight.
Look at him. Oh,
and now Khabib jumps the fence.
No.
Whoa! No! And he's going right at Dylan Dennis. Mayhem!
So step 3 is to step forward into action to achieve growth, or step back to 0, which is flight back to safety. It's important to note that steps 1, 2, and 3 all require you to take action. Step 1 is an actionable mindset moment, while step 2 is an actionable physical moment. And step 3 is the realization that there's absolutely no substitute for hard work and dedication towards a singular purpose and goal.
Dedication, hard work, dedication, hard work. I'm a one-man army. The world can go against me. I'm still come on top.
Never forget these 3 people. The select few who helped you out in difficult times, those who put you into difficult times, and the masses who left you in difficult times. When I was isolating myself in an effort to chase perfection and excellence, even though I knew that I might never have caught it, just the fact that I was willing to chase it, I knew I would defeat most of my competition because most of my competitors would never chase anything that had no guarantees attached to it. Your supraconscious mind already has a massive storage of stored adversity and inherited knowledge from the generations that came before you and raised you to who you are today. Your subconscious mind is your supraconscious mind. Carl Jung, who was known to be a solitary and introverted child, similar to myself as a child, was a psychologist born in Switzerland who founded analytical psychology. I first came across Carl Jung's work when I was studying abroad in Tanzania in the summer of 2007.
But we have one unifying language, that is Kiswahili.
They say to understand a culture, you must speak the language.
And simultaneously taking college level courses in anthropology called Immersion in Culture, where I spent a summer living and volunteering at an orphanage and immersing in Maasai culture. Carl Jung termed the supraconscious as the part of the brain that contains within it all the wisdom of your past, present, and future. Modern day psychologists call this the universal subconscious mind. For me, when I think of the word supra, I just remember that growing up in Long Island, New York, during my high school years, the Toyota Supra was like the dopest whip on the street.
This is a journey into the world's most largest and notorious project, Queensbridge.
But the superconscious, we can't necessarily call it the subconscious because it knows so much more than you know right now. What we know right now is very limited, but your superconscious mind knows so much more. What we know right now is a very limited state of awareness. So let's try this process tonight. Before you sleep tonight, ask yourself the following questions. What do I want to become? What do I want to achieve in life? And what do I want to contribute once I've achieved this? What is my purpose? What kind of friendships do I want to have? What kind of unique skills do I want to acquire? What kind of talents do I want to hone in on that I already know that I possess? Asking yourselves these questions as you lay down in bed and get ready to sleep forces your mind to think about the answers before you go into your stage of sleep known as REM. This is called rapid eye movement, which is an intense evolutionary adaptive dream sleep, where some parts of your brain have scientifically been found to be 30% more active than when you're awake. And you'll find solutions, either in the form of interesting ideas and creative solutions that will surface to you as you awake, or you'll find you'll meet new people, enter into situations, come across circumstances, or attend events where the questions will start getting answered. Because your superconscious mind, it starts to do a file search and it delivers the answers to you when you need them, or possibly even while you dream. Or creative ideas might arise to you in a more natural fashion during your 20-minute period of reflection in the morning, along with the rest of the 5 a.m. club. So let's talk about the word cash flow. Yeah, let's break down the word cash flow. Why do we combine the two words, cash and flow, into a word that becomes so predominantly every business person and entrepreneur's mind? Because cash flow is the movement of money into and out of a company. So cash received signifies inflows and cash spent signifies outflows. Accountants, lenders, and bankers, they use these statistics to judge, rate, and assess businesses' health in regards to liquidity. So here's the reality of money. Cash typically flows from a business who is wealthy to someone who is poor. And that diffusive movement of money is necessary for an economy to exist. The moment you find an equilibrium between poor and wealthy, the closer the economy approaches a bankrupt system. And this is where an economy ceases to exist. It's quite possible that in the age of artificial intelligence, like the one that we're living in today, that the wealth gap will actually increase. So the rich will get significantly richer and the poor will get considerably poorer. I recently read this Vice interview with Arthur Sykhov, the CEO of the virtual reality platform company known as Somnium Space, where Sykhov states that humans will be able to live on digitally by the end of 2023 through the ability to upload their consciousness onto a computer. This means that scientists are predicting that you'll be able to live on past your date of death by way of uploading enough video and voice recordings of yourself. Sykhov believes with absolute certainty that your deceased relatives will be able to live on with you forever through this scientific development. This would be possible with transcript data, voice synthesis, and video models of any person, which would then be fed into an AI system that would then create an avatar that looks and acts like the person being replicated. Just imagine if you could apply this level of avatar-based leadership into your company, meaning that while you are in your youthful ages of strength and professional demeanor, and while your personality and your testosterone is crushing it, you are able to upload enough of your voice and video models of your body in order to have that particular version of yourself live on as an executive level leader of a company that you create. Did you know that ChatGPT went from 0 to 1 million users in 5 days? This is the fastest that any platform has ever gotten to 1 million users. ChatGPT is a form of artificial intelligence called a generative pre-trained transformer that will, in the very near future, change 1, the nature of work itself, 2, how businesses work, and 3, how we interact with each other. OpenAI takes things a step further. It can interpret images, videos, and sounds. It's really only limited to our human ability to ask the right questions and also provide it with the right resources, which leads me into our topic of discussion today, which is choosing the right resource. There's 5 resources that the top brass use to control the markets and economies. That's water, medicine, food, education, and housing. And in the near future, like in the very near future, the 6th resource will be artificial intelligence. And we'll get into this in another vlog. My advice to you is to lean into one of these industries. In a previous vlog, I talked about thinking of your business endeavor on a macro basis rather than a micro basis. So once you figure out your business model, whether that's providing a service or selling a product, if you lean into one of these industries, I can almost guarantee you that you will experience a more macro level of unreasonable success. Yo, what do you mean by unreasonable success? The reasonable man adapts himself to the world, and the unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress belongs to the unreasonable man. And in this context, Jews are unreasonable people. And before you get your mechnasayim up in a bunch and start acting like a schmuck, let me explain. See, I was born in Queens, New York and raised in Long Island. So I've been surrounded by Jews all my life. In the Yiddish language, there's this phrase called fargin, which is to delight in someone's good fortune. But in a real life application, it means if we are in a community and you're doing something, even if someone outside of the Jewish community can do it faster, cheaper, and better, we're still buying from you. And when you get it wrong, we come back to you like, yo, this, and this is wrong. Fix it. And then we'll come back to you and buy from you again. This is fargin. This is fargin, a community concept that generates an unreasonable amount of success for the Jewish community. This is confidence in your inner circle. At the heart of confidence is action. It's the willingness to just try. All you need to do is trust yourself and try. You're not gonna die, you're just gonna learn something new. And when you learn something, it removes a little bit of the insecurity. So it makes it just that much easier to try again. Look, a real warrior, if he's worried about making it home safe, it's not worth the shield on his back as a warrior. You might as well just stay home. So if you're gonna pick up your skirt and go out there and get bloody, doing warrior type things, you gotta come to the realization that you might not make it. And once you embrace the warrior mindset, only then will you become an effective warrior. If you like what you're seeing here and you want to learn more about establishing your alpha and expanding your ability to dominate in your circle so you can create generational wealth and financial freedom for yourself while you're still alive and breathing, then hit that subscribe button beneath me and turn on your notifications. And keep an eye out for my next video drop. Thank you so much for watching and see you at the top. Look, if I do it one time, they're gonna think it's luck. So I gotta hit them with the repeat. That was fun. That was fun.
Hey, yeah. Always focused on your hustle. Yeah, you always been a dreamer. Time to make it happen with Mr. Alidina. The hustle is there. The vision is clear. You're on your path to become a millionaire. From nothing to something. Survival of the fittest. We don't throw in the towel. Now we ain't never quitting. It's that motivation. Time for elevation. It ain't no time wasted. History in the making. Subscribe now on YouTube.
They didn't even believe in us. God did.